Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original series for Money Heist Korea Joint Economic Area. Obviously, this is a remake of the quite recent Casa de Papel or Money Heist series, and I know people are going into this with a bit of trepidation or maybe just angry that it's been done so soon. Is it worth your while? We're here to talk about it. Let's jump in. A genius strategist and people with different personalities and abilities fighting an extraordinary variable and engaging in a unprecedented hostage play. The first thing you're going to be asking yourself is this worth doing? Isn't this going to be exactly the same? And there is very much similar names, similar storyline, but because of the location and even the heist itself, where it was gold before, and here we have money being, trillions of money being what they're going to heist and the plan that's going to go around that, what the professor is going to do. I think it's going to come down to whether you're engaged with the characters, whether you like the characters that are being portrayed, because I think that's what people fell in love with. It wasn't just the fact that it was a really interesting, clever kind of Ocean's 11 storyline for Casa de Papel, but it was the characters that were unique and different that people really kind of chose who their favorites were and then hoped beyond hope that they would survive at the end of like season 4 or 5. And so this one, you're kind of wondering, well, how am I going to be able to differentiate, if you've seen the original, between my two, like, this is how I think the character should be, and this is how they're portraying the character now. I think if you can, you need to put that aside. It's been quite a while since we've seen season 1, but really not that long since we've seen the end of Casa de Papel. So if you can put it outside of that, just think of this as a retelling, especially as the locations and the actors that are playing these characters with the names that we know of are going to hark back to the similar storylines but come with their own past. And that's what I quite liked, the showcasing of going backwards, the way they show what has happened to our characters for them to end up being on the team. For me, that is where this story is in its strength. Apart from the really great cinematography, the lighting, kind of neon, beautiful colors, just within the first episode, with each episode being around an hour 10 minutes to an hour 20 minutes long, I think you're going to love the cinematography, but you're also really going to appreciate those backstories as we are in the mint, where the heist is carrying on, and we're seeing what things they're doing differently. That was part of the fun for me, because I was like, oh, I remember them doing this bit in this. I wonder how they're going to take this story and make it this bit. And I really appreciated them kind of doing their own thing, but also keeping as a whole to it. The negativity towards this, I think, is, are you going to be emotionally engaged with the characters that we've spent so many seasons with? And I think people might judge it preemptively because you have the formation of these characters in your mind, of this character's like that, because you've gone through so many seasons with them. And so when you hear the similar name and the character should be that and the character's not doing that, I think you might judge them. If you're coming to this afresh, I think it'll be interesting to see what people say, whether they're emotionally engaged with these characters on the outset. I think there were only a couple that I kind of resonated with on the outset. It's going to take a while to get into those characters and really go, yeah, I care about what's going on. Also, there's change up on some of the bad guy characters, and it comes a lot down to character and what's happening within North and South Korea. There's a lot that's happening that is different because of the cultures, and I think that's kind of a fresh take on the story, and I think it works well. So between the editing, the acting, which I think is very good, and the different characters, the way they're portrayed, and the story uniqueness, I think it's almost like it's the same name, but it's almost a different take on that. And it needed to be. It needed to do its own thing. Give it some time. Don't judge it preemptively as you go in. I'm hoping that people will engage with it as they go along. I'm not sure on my feelings yet. I'm still struggling on that rating. I would go down just above the middle of the Nicolas Cages, somewhere around 3 Nicolas Cages, but I'm still trying to figure out my feelings on it, because I think maybe it'll be one of those that grows on me when we get a second and third season and the stories complete themselves. If we get more, then I think it'll be interesting to see which way they go with it. But for now, I think give it a go if you were hesitant. If you hadn't seen the original, I think you'll definitely enjoy this. The cinematography alone and the acting and the interesting story, I think, makes it worth it. How is their really unique plan, their very complicated plan, actually going to work out for them? I think that's interesting. For me, the best parts, though, were those kind of flashback scenes, which they spend a lot of time with to grow our characters. And so once you see them as part of the team, you have some backstory for them. not necessarily making you care for them, but understanding how they became part of that team. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long Tuesday.